A medium-sized bird with gray-brown plumage, streaked underparts, and a long, deeply hooked bill with wingspan of 100 to 120 centimeters. I am a snail kite bird. A new month means no matter what you have been through, you have a chance to start over. Seize it. Happy November. I am Lorene Ward. Welcome to an amazing episode of Homestretch Magazine. This week we will highlight another personality, henna designs, shapes, fashion show, and the making of Indian jewelry. As Guyanese prepare to celebrate Diwali, Homestretch Magazine shares an insight into a common art form used during this time, the henna design. Enjoy!
Mehendi is a form of body art where decorative designs are painted onto a person's body.
Now, way back when, it is noted in the 14th, 15th century that no jewelry was popular at that time. So what people chose to do is that they used the plant, they pounded it, and then they just began to draw on themselves, like kind of like body art.
For application, the leaves of the henna plant are ground into a powder and made into a paste using lemon juice, water, and sugar.
The plant stains the color of burgundy, so most henna are usually burgundy. I know that there are many other colors out there, red, black, white, and so forth, but it's not the traditional henna, and it won't last as long as the traditional burgundy henna. So if you guys are looking for something that's gonna last, henna designs usually last from 1 week to 2 weeks. It varies on how often you wash and cream your hands. So depending on how long you would like it to last, you can decide on your color.
Ready-made henna is also sold at various stores.
How are you feeling, Nadia? Is it feeling cool? Are you beginning to feel a little calmer?
Yeah, the temperature is slightly cooler than room temperature, so I guess it's soothing in a sense.
Okay, so I was actually talking about the henna because henna is a plant, and when applied, it is noted to make the bride or the person a little calmer. That's one of the reasons why brides choose to do henna.
Mehendi was originally only used on women, but as time progressed, it became common for men to wear it.
So over the years, henna has gotten really, really popular. Almost everyone is doing it, male and females. Not only as a tattoo, temporary tattoo, but people are just doing it for fun, like sleepovers and so. They just want something cool and different to do, so people are just, hey, let's get henna done.
The designs are intended to be a symbolic representation of the outer and the inner sun.
As a henna artist, what I've observed is not only people of Indian descent that has been doing henna, but people all across. We're all Guyanese, and Guyanese love to try new things. So it's not only for one category of people, but it's for people. We are people. So everyone, anyone, male, females, boy, girl, young, old, everybody's trying it. And a new trend that has recently started is that people are doing it like an entire arm or leg or waist or back, or some people half of their face, for photo shoots as well. And then in addition to that, you can use little gems, rhinestones as well, and glitter. So yeah, henna has now become a popular beauty trend.
Beautiful with such significance. My favorite part of Diwali is admiring the exquisitely decorated models of deities during the motorcade. Their makeup, fashion, and jewelry leave me in awe.
It is often said that a woman's outfit is not complete without a piece of jewelry, whether it's a chain, bangle, earring, or any other accessory that goes with the occasion. Some are so special that they are used as a family heirloom and is passed down from generation to generation. This is quite customary, especially in Indian families. Let's take a look at how some of this exquisite jewelry is made. During indentureship, many Indian immigrants came to Guyana with little to no possession. However, some brought their most prized belongings, handcrafted jewelry. It was around 5,000 years ago when the curiosity to beautify the human body by adorning it with magnificent pieces of jewelry came into being. Jewelry adorned by Indian women has never been limited to be of any particular item, but it has always reflected a wide variety. Ornaments made of various precious and semi-precious stones like emeralds, pearls, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and many more. There are also many types of jewelry such as antique, beaded, bridal, custom, and fashion jewelry, just to name a few. Though these days silver and platinum jewelry is gaining popularity, gold holds the most popular possession among Indian families across the globe. The significance of jewelry in the life of an Indian woman is evident from the jewelry gifts she receives from her own birth to the birth of her babies. Some ornaments like Mangal Sutra, nose ring, and toe ring are considered to be integral parts of the makeup of a married Indian woman.
Jewelry has the power of making one feel unique. And Nadia introduces us to our nation's youngest poet. Guess who she is?
A simple art book looks a bit small, but if you use your imagination, ideas will heap tall. You can draw anything you like a mermaid, a dragon, or even a bike. The ideas are endless. Oh, you can even draw prince or princess. No matter how you draw, it's still a masterpiece, like the Mona Lisa or Zeus, the statue in Greece. Like the sea, a forest, or a jungle which is dense. No matter what you draw, it doesn't have to make sense. Remember this poem whenever you see a picture or draw, because every masterpiece will leave you in awe.
At the age of 10, Aurelia Suan has made herself a household name with the release of A Little Poet's World, her first book of poems she's compiled on her own. This modest May student sat down with us and shared how unplanned this was initially.
Well, I started writing poetry when I was inside grade 5. I wrote something in my art book because I wanted like introduction to my art, right? Mm-hmm. And then all the other kids read it. So when they had read it, they told me to show to Miss Shelley. Mm-hmm. And when I did, she said, "You should make more." So then I just went, asked my mom for a book so I could write the poems in. Mm-hmm. And then I kept writing more and more.
From poem to poem, Aurelia found inspiration from reading and the environment until she had compiled 20 of them.
I didn't actually come up with the idea for making a book. Mm-hmm. My teacher actually did, right? Mm-hmm. But when she called my mother and said that she should write more, my mom said, "No, keep it for later." Right? But my teacher kept insisting.
Aurelia's mother, Suzanne, thought this was great, but she hadn't imagined the idea of a book. After an excited teacher convinced Suzanne, she started the process.
So I took her teacher's advice and teacher Shelley, and I decided to ask around for good. We initially wanted to print it in the States, but then we wanted it to be local, mm-hmm. to support everybody here, mm-hmm. and make it all
Guyanese.
Yes. So I started asking around, and a friend of mine directed me to F&H Printing. Mm-hmm. And then when I got there, they were kind enough to give me some more advice on who I can get to edit and help to publish and stuff like that. And they directed me to Mr. Patamber, who was like really amazing with this because he gave me some good advice, and he did not want to change too much of her text because he said he wanted to keep it raw and keep it all her.
Initially, they printed a small number of books for students and friends, but the first stock quickly sold out and they've had to reprint A Little Poet's World. While that's happening, Aurelia is still reading and writing, something that was sparked even before she was born.
And while I was pregnant, I would play classical music because I read in this book called What to Expect. Not yet.
When you're expecting?
What to expect when you're expected. When I was pregnant, and because she was my first, I wanted it to be. So I started playing classical music for her, and then I also read that it's important to read to them in the tummy. So while I was really sick, I would get a lot of books and I would just lie in bed and I would read until I started feeling nauseated. And I continued that until she was out.
And then she just automatically
Yeah,
caught on.
Every night we would read a book. From the moment she was born, I would read a book to her.
This big sister of one loves to paint and is always thinking of what next to write.
I like to write about things around me, like my surroundings. Like sometimes art, mothers, fathers, animals, just my surroundings.
Okay, and what do you like to read? What type of books do you like to read in your spare time?
I like to read some Greek mythologies, like who was William Shakespeare, Queen Elizabeth, Leonardo da Vinci, Marco Polo, Frank Lloyd Wright, and many, many more.
An avid science lover as well, she enjoys the challenge of setting an example to her sister and shares a close bond with her parents, claiming them as her inspiration.
What's it like being a big sister?
It's tough, but the results are always good at the end.
Tell us about some of the things you've taught your little sister.
I taught her to learn how to draw a bit better, taught her to read such books, and I taught her about math that I work at school, because usually when I come home we would both tell each other what we learned at school. I would tell her that I learned the area of triangles and all that stuff, and she'll tell me she learned addition, subtraction.
For the next few months, this poet will be focused on getting ready for the National Grade 6 assessment, eyeing a spot at Queen's College or the Bishop's High School.
I want to share to stay on the lookout for my next edition.
All right then, and any idea how many poems we're looking forward to, or if we're looking forward to a story this time?
Well, you're looking forward to at least 20 more poems, and at least a few storybooks.
Hey little mama, hope you're doing fine. Last time I saw you was when we said goodbye. Hey little mama, hope your dreams came true. Still chasing mine, but last night I dreamed of you and your starlit gaze, the way it cooled me deep down in my soul. You led my heart to rage, still you'd always laugh at all my crazy jokes.
A pretty face with an intelligent mind and brave character. We will keep you posted with Aurelia's next adventure. Time to bring the curtain down with Shape 2000 Plus annual fashion show. Again was a success.
I ain't gonna do you wrong. the limit. The red light, stop. I don't play when it comes to my heart, let's get it though. I don't really want a white horse in the carriage.
Respect was the name given to the launch and private viewing of the Shape 2019 collection. The name Respect reflects the mood of the designer at the time the designs were being conceptualized. Designing clothing for men and women is what Donna has been enjoying and created quite a name for herself for a number of years. This year's collection reflects Caribbean and African influences.
discoteca, la fiesta no para, apenas comienza. C'est comme ça, ma chérie. La 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 la. Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Freeze. J Balvin, Willy William, me gusta. Freeze. Los DJ no mienten, le gusta mi gente y eso se fue muy bien. Donde bajamos, mas nunca paramos, es otro palo y blanco. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? Me fue a bouger la tête. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? C'est yeah, yeah, yeah. 2, 3,
Shape, meaning sound, health, and personal enhancement, displayed 84 innovative pieces, all designed by Donna and Sammy James.
Let's go to
Respect, a display of months of dedication, creativity, and countless hours of choreography.
You've seen it for yourself, so be sure to get a Shade 2000 Plus outfit. They are all one-of-a-kind pieces. We continue this Guyanese voyage when we meet again. Remember to like our Homestretch Magazine Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Lorene Ward. Be safe and keep smiling.